Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone and start with prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. I would request everyone to to sing together Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anand Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hemavadivyach Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprem Rasa Pradaya चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरम्. हरे कृष्णा. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome once again and welcome Vatsal Prabhu, Nandini Priya Mataji and Sushmita Mataji, Dalman Kaku. Parents, seek all of your blessings so that the right words come out from my mouth and which is purifying for all of us. Let us seek blessings of Srila Prabhupada and all of our acharyas so that our heart get purified as we hear the Krishna Katha. I would suggest you, if you can, this prayer that I say at the very beginning, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat krupatamaham vande Shri Gurum dinataranam. You can memorize this verse. This is a very beautiful prayer. What it's saying is that Mukam karoti vachalam, that one who is dumb means one who cannot speak, that person starts speaking experts shlokas. Pangum langhayate girim, the the lame, that person crosses over the mountain of Giri Parvat. And how is this all happening? Yat kripatam ham vande. This is happening by mercy. Whose mercy? Shri Gurum Dinataranam. It is happening by the mercy of Shri Gurum, Shri Guru. And I am offering my obeisances, pranam to this Shri Guru. And this Shri Guru, Dinataranam, what he is doing is, he, whoever is deen, poor doesn't mean materially poor. Poor means one who is poor in heart, one in whose heart Krishna is not there, like us. Okay, in our heart Krishna is not there. We are not able to remember Krishna all the time because we are constantly in the strive of trying to solve our own problems. While solving the problems, we are not able to remember the Krishna. Okay, but this Guru, what this he does is Dina Tarinam. He he delivers that person. he liberates that person. Okay, and that is the power of that guru. So we should offer our prayers like this. We should seek blessings from the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, from Shri Radha and Krishna, from Srila Prabhupada, that please give us that guru who can bring us, who can completely put us in that, um, basically Krishna Sanmukh. Okay, that means that, okay, who can put us in the lotus feet of Krishna, where we are always constantly able to think of Krishna. What happens as a result of constantly think of Krishna? One cannot be one cannot be sad. One cannot be unhappy. One will not only be happy, but one will be most blissful. And all the all whatever is going on in the person's heart, right? It purifies the heart, and we become constantly blissful. It is guaranteed. There are very beautiful shlokas, that are there, which says that, okay, how beautiful the mercy of Guru is. So I was saying, when I began this, so we were just discussing about, before starting this recording, we were talking about like what we discussed in our previous session. And I was saying that our previous session was a very foundational session. And so it was, I felt like, okay, asking that, we probably need to brush up few things and make sure that, okay, we are all confident with whatever we discussed in our last session. So I would, go ahead and share my screen. We'll talk through some of these and as we move forward. So last session, we discussed on this one. We discussed on the text 7. Seventh session, this seventh verse of the second chapter is very, very important. And if you see, if you memorize this verse, this is also very important, because what is happening in this verse? Arjuna is very perplexed. He's very confused. He's very bewildered. And as a result of bewilderment, he does not know what I should be doing. Okay. Arjuna is saying, okay, I am in this miserly weakness. I don't know what is to be done and what is not to be done. So, and I need guidance in, please, Krishna, please tell me what is best for me. Okay. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So, so far, if you see, Krishna, like, more than one chapter has passed. Okay. Krishna has not even spoken a word. Okay. Krishna did not tell anything. Why? Because so far Arjun was trying to give his points, and Krishna did not open up anything. It is at this point, like, okay, when Arjun surrenders, that Krishna will speak. Because many times, like, okay, we have a lot of things to say. We are not we are not ready to listen to anyone. We have our own things. Okay, we have a lot of things to share with others, right? So, in under such a situation, Krishna is not opening up to Arjun. But now it is the point when Arjun surrenders. At that point of time, Krishna will speak. So this verse, see, like, why I'm saying this is very foundational, is because how many of you feel that, okay, we are also at juncture where we are confused, we do not know what to do. Have any of you encountered this kind of a situation in life where we are confused, we don't know what to do, what is best for us, what is right for us, what is, we have multiple options but we don't know what to do, or we ran out of options, we don't know what to do. Do you think this is relevant for you? How many of you feel so? Right? Okay. I see only Priya Mataji saying, I don't know what the others, but this is most relevant for all of us. This thing, like, okay, is most relevant. So this prayer, like, okay, if we can memorize this verse, like, okay, कार्पण्य दोषोपहता स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म समूढ़ चेत यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे Shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannan. This is where Arjun is surrendering completely unto Krishna. Krishna, now I don't know. What is this confusion? He does not know whether I should fight or whether I should not fight. Okay. Now, so far, Krishna has said, like, okay, that you have to fight, right? But, uh, and Krishna, sorry, so far, Arjun has come to fight. Okay, Krishna will now speak, but Krishna, if you see in this case, okay, Krishna will now tell Arjun what he has to do. Now, think about this, like, okay, Krishna, like when Arjun is telling all this, right? Like, okay, we can understand from this, like, okay, Krishna will now speak to him. He will tell Arjun that, okay, see, Arjun, whatever you're saying is fine. This is not a very good proposal. Okay, what? See, Arjun, what is Arjuna's role? Arjun is a Kshatriya. Okay, so Krishna is going to instruct him on this. If you look at it from a worldly point of view, right? So Krishna, Arjun is telling, no, no, I will not fight because see, so many people will be getting killed there. Okay, what is the whole point in killing these people? Okay, their wife, like, okay, they will become widow. Okay, and they will all fall down. Um, uh, the woman will get degraded. Everything from a worldly point of view, if you see, Arjuna's points makes most sense, but Krishna is not encouraging him for that. Krishna is telling her, okay, my dear Arjun, you belong to the Kshatriya family and you are denying to fight. This is not good. See, I am your friend. I have taken the responsibility of a chariot driver. Okay, so as a chariot driver, if you do not like, see, my role was to drive your chariot, but now you are accepting me as a guru. If you do not fight as a Kshatriya, what are the people going to say? Right? So, so when Krishna is not encouraging him, what is Krishna's point here? What point is Krishna trying to put? Like, okay, it is Krishna is trying to put a point that, okay, see, sometimes, so, like, the public mass may be looking into something like, okay, public in public opinion, something may be good, but that superficially that may appear to be appealing to everyone, but factually that may not be the right thing in Krishna's eyes. Okay, if we accept Krishna, like, okay, that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, like, okay, we might think that, okay, why is he inducing Arjuna to fight? Okay, so Arjun gave all this um, different kind of reasons. Like he told about this, that if these people are killed, okay, their generations will get affected, their wives will get polluted. Okay, when their generations get affected, who will do this Shraddh ceremony, right? But but what is Arjuna's role here in this part? Okay, he's playing a role of a Kshatriya. Okay, and as a Kshatriya, what is his role? See, in those days, like, okay, the Kshatriya, like, if anyone challenges the Kshatriya for a fight, they cannot deny it. That is the duty of a Kshatriya. If anyone tells that, okay, you have to gamble, they cannot deny it. That is the duty of a Kshatriya. Okay, by the rule books, they are supposed to do that. And for that reason, if you see Pandavas, like, okay, they lost their kingdom. Okay, then when they when they were playing this gambling, okay, at that time, like, okay, they asked, like, okay, okay, what are you going to bet? So they started offering, like, okay, many things, and they started losing, and then they offered their kingdom because they were asked, like, what have you to offer now? Okay, I have my kingdom. So they lost their kingdom. We have our wife. Okay, they lost their wife also, and they got defeated. And see, like, to what extent, like, okay, these Kauravas, they fell down. Like, okay, they went ahead and tried to strip the wife of Pandavas, who is the queen of the world, to strip them naked. That was the attempt they were doing. Okay, and that was happening in a massive assembly. That is what they were trying to do. And after all that, they were banished from kingdom. It was good that Krishna saved Draupadi, but then they were banished from the kingdom. And now that they are back, like after they were back from this, they were supposed to get their half the kingdom back. They were not given half the kingdom back, and now Krishna became their messenger and said that, okay, if you don't want to give half the kingdom, that's fine, but you can give them at least 5 villages. Will you give that? Because they are Kshatriyas, they have to rule somewhere. So give them villages, they will be fine with that. But Duryodhan said that forget about villages. I am not going to give them even that much land, which can be held under the point of a needle. Okay, now think about a needle under that point. Okay, it is just like one point. Okay, in that point, like not even one person can stand, and that is what Duryodhana is saying that I'm not willing to part about that. And having that situation, this is the scenario where Arjun, uh, where the Kauravas and Pandavas are face to face. Arjun is Krishna is the chariot driver, and Arjun is on the chariot. He's saying that I am not going to fight. This is where the word comes Karpanya dosho. Karpanya dosh means miserly behavior. Miserly behavior means, what does dosh means? Anyone knows what dosh means? Dosh means fault. Okay. So if there is a fault, okay, uh, so let's put it this way. Um, Arjuna's duty is as a Kshatriya. Okay. So Kshatriya's duty is to fight, but Arjuna is saying that okay, I will not fight. So that means what happens? The sentiment of that fighting that is there, right? Arjuna is saying, what is he saying? He will not fight. That is why it is being said Karpanya dosh. Okay, and then what is saying? Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. Okay, then there is a word coming there that it is said dharma samudha cheta. Dharma samudha cheta means like, okay, one who is deviating from his religion, from his duty. Religion means like, okay, what is it is a duty. Okay, what is his duty? So his duty is to fight, but he's as a Kshatriya, but he's not willing to fight. Okay, he knows that okay, that is his dharma, that is his duty to fight, but he's not ready to fight. And at the same time, understanding that okay, his duty, like okay, from the rule books, he's supposed to fight, but his heart says, okay, I can't fight. His heart has become weak now. He's perplexed. Okay, put put ourselves in that situation. Okay, have we come across this? We know that this is the right thing to do, but from my heart, I have become weak. I am not able to do it. Think about this. We are generally we we fall trap into this kind of situations many times. So so then what Arjun is saying? Yashreyasyan bruhitam me. Yashreyasyan means now, oh Krishna, you should definitely tell me what is to be done, what I should be doing. Okay. Nishchitam. Nishchitam means definitely tell me that what is right for me. Okay. So that is what Arjun is asking. So Krishna, now think about Krishna. Krishna is saying, I'm telling you, man, what is right. But you're not willing to listen like what is right. Okay, I am telling you that okay, to fight, right? We have assembled here to fight, but you are not carrying out that order. Okay, so then Arjuna says that okay, Shishyaste ham sadi mam tavam prapannan. So okay, let's stop the friendly fight. Now I am your disciple. Please instruct me. Okay, so here, see this. Why I wanted to once again return back to this particular topic is I wanted to bring about this point. Okay. See, Arjun, when he's at this juncture, when he's unable to make this decision, when he does not know what is right for him, what is what is what should be the right thing to do, he's in a state of confusion. So this is where he's about to accept Krishna as his spiritual master. He's saying, I am your disciple. That means Krishna becomes his guru. So the idea of accepting a guru, a spiritual master, is very important. Very, very important. See, we have to understand that this acceptance of a spiritual master, it has to be done with very, very careful examination. Very careful examination. See, we should not go ahead like, okay, as I was telling last time, we should not go ahead and make anyone as the guru. Like, okay, I gave an example also last time that I know someone like actually I know many people like this who have said that okay, मैंने दीक्षा ले लिया है. I have taken initiation. I have a guru. Okay, I know one person like, okay, who told me I have a guru. This guru, right? Guru remains in Maun Vrat, tells me, okay, whatever you want to do, you can do. You just see me once in 2 3 years. And then I asked, okay, did the guru give you any instruction? No, no, no instruction. You just carry out your life, whatever. Now you have accepted me as guru, you are fine, good. Now, what is the whole point of that guru? See, this is something very important. I told you about I told you about this example last week that okay, I know someone like who has accepted a guru. This person was very eager to accept a guru and has accepted a guru. I said, okay, what is the criteria of selection of the guru? I asked. So they said that okay, see, this person was in US, very well-to-do person, but he left everything and he came to Himalayas. And now he has achieved such a state that he does not need any sadhana. He does not need to do any sadhana. That means he does not have any, he is not doing any sadhana, but he is instructing others to do sadhana. Is that an example of walk the talk? That is not an example of walk the talk. So, just like, see, I mean, Srila Prabhupada says that just like before marriage, like if you are choosing a bride for the groom or the other way around, you're very careful in choosing, right, the partner for marriage. If the partner is not well chosen, what happens? There's turmoil. If all the different, if we were not very careful in choosing, like, okay, the partner, then there is trouble that comes in that life of that, uh, in that marriage life. So, what is important there? Doing a careful observation. So, similarly, in the selection of the guru also, there has to be a careful um, examination done. So, what is the purpose of accepting the spiritual master? One who thinks that okay, I need to accept a spiritual master because I want to make a solution within this particular life for all my problems. Okay, so in every step of life where my spiritual master can guide me. Okay, and if the person makes a puts together a question for his spiritual master so that like okay uh, so that the person receives guidance. That way, the life of this person becomes more systematic. Okay, so that is the purpose. Like, okay, how and what are the so we discussed about like, okay, what are the different problems in this life? Does anyone remember what are the different types of problems within this life? What are the miseries in this life? Does anyone remember? No one remembers the miseries. Okay, Lalu Kaku. You have to unmute.
आदि दैविक आदि भौतिक आदि भौतिक and then कोई
Adhyatmika.
yeah आदि.
Okay, so these are the miseries in life. That is problem due to our body or mind, problem due to other living entities, and problem due to natural disaster. Okay. Now these are the miseries in the life, but every person may be having different problems within the life. But what are those problems which are common to all? Problems which are common to all are birth, death, old age and disease. Okay. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Okay. As long as we take birth, right? See, like, think about this. When we take birth, right? Do we really want to be diseased condition? Do we really see, like, we have three senior citizens here. Okay. Does anyone want to be in that situation? Obviously, as we all are growing old, we see that our body is slowly and steadily, the functionality of the body is reducing. For once when is in a once when one is in a growth um, trajectory, okay, in the childhood, in the youth, okay, their bodily functions are increasing. But then after youth, slowly things starts depleting. It takes a downward turn. And then, like, okay, after 40s, after 50s, after 60s, after 70s, like, okay, we see that the bodily function is gradually reducing. So with old age comes several types of bodily problems. Okay. And no one really wants that. Okay. Then there is disease. Then there is death, of course. So no one really wants that, but no one can avoid that. So how to put a full stop to this? Okay, think about it. Okay, as much as time like that we are in body, when we when we are born in the initial ages, okay, what happens is we meet, we get to know our family, we have friends, right? Um, as we are growing up, like we have friends, okay, then we if we if we enter into a family life, like then we have a family, okay, then we have children, okay, and gradually as we are growing old, at after a certain point, what we see is we started losing our near and dear ones. So in the initial part, it's a happy journey, but as we come closer at the end of the life, it becomes very, very pathetic. Krishna is saying it's dukkha shashvatam. No matter who we are, no matter where we are placed materially, but each and every person, each and every living entity has to understand that this material world is dukkha shashvatam. And during this, during this material life, if we think that, okay, why are we here? How do I put an end to all these things? How can I come out of these things? One who is very sincerely thinking approaches a spiritual master. See, because one who is very much in the middle of the enjoyment, right? If you go and tell this to others also, what happens is one who is not very intelligent, one who is trying to make, one who is trying to enjoy the current situation, okay, they may not be able to know what is going on, because they are, um, if someone is eating, let's say, think about it, like, okay, a child, okay, you give child mango juice, now the child likes it, says, okay, give me another one glass, two glasses, and another glass. No, no, you should not have. No, 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 I don't want it. Okay, give third glass. I want another one. You should not have it. It will causes stomach problem. No, no, fourth glass. What happens? Is stomach problem. They were enjoying something, not knowing the consequence that, okay, that is tied to that. So everything, e- e- ev- everything in this material world has a limitation, and our enjoyment is only temporary. In fact, the the happiness in this material world is only lack of is only for the time being when there is lack of misery. Okay, it's so much temporary. But one who is intelligent, that person's understands, okay, this is what it is, so I want to really make a solution to this. So Arjun, knowing all these things, he says, okay, okay, my dear Krishna, this kind of friendly talks cannot make a solution to my perplexity. So now what I'm going, like, we can go on years and years together with these friendly talks, but then there will be no solution. But now, Krishna, I accept you as my spiritual master. Okay, please guide me. So in this situation, like, once one accepts a spiritual master, we have to understand, okay, one should carefully examine. But once one has accepted a spiritual master, they should not deny the order of the spiritual master. They should they should put the spiritual master order in heart. So so that we will not um, so that we are progressing. So in this criteria, what becomes important is choosing the right spiritual master. Because suppose if you accept a wrong person as a spiritual master, and if he guides you wrongly, then what will happen? The whole life is spoiled. Okay. So think about these people like that. I was giving some examples, right? They are thinking, okay, they have a spiritual master, but what is the um, uh, what is the responsibility of that spiritual master? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is a blind leading the blind. Okay, it's a world of cheaters and cheated. So unless and until one, that is why, see, at the very beginning of this, every class, Srila Prabhupada said that okay, we should do this Mangalacharan prayer where we start with Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama. That is Om Ajnana Timirandhasya. I am in ignorance. Okay, I am talking about myself. I am in utmost darkness. But in darkness, what can give us? I need that torchlight of knowledge. Okay. So when in the darkness, can we see anything in the darkness? Can we make any decision which side we have to go? We can't make any decision. In the darkness, if we just try to walk here, we may bang against somewhere here, we are in problem here, we are in problem there, right? That is what might happen in darkness. But in the darkness, Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. I need a torchlight of knowledge. Okay. I am Timirandas. Timir is like it is a fish. Okay. I am just an insignificant rat in the darkness trying to figure out. Okay. But I am just banging against everything. But what is happening? I need the torchlight of knowledge. Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitan. By putting that torchlight of knowledge, our eyes gets Unmilitam. It opens now. Oh, this is what it is. Oh, these are the walls. I should not be walking there. Oh, this is the door. Okay, I should have to walk here. And who is opening that? Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. It is opened by Shri Guru. Because, see, many people think that, okay, oh, Krishna is there, God is there. Many may believe in different forms of God, right? Okay, say, they may say, someone may say, okay, I believe in Allah, I believe in Jesus, okay. But, see, here is the thing, okay, in order to know Krishna, we need someone who has that knowledge of Krishna, who knows how what is Krishna doing, what does Krishna like. See, think about this. If we have to please a child, if we have to please our family member, it could be our parents, it could be our wife, it could be our husband, it could be anyone, it could be our mother, father, like right, or even our boss. We have to know what do they like. Because in this world, think about this. This is very important. No matter what we are doing, we are always trying to serve someone at every moment. See, just think about any activity that you're doing. We are trying to serve someone. Okay. If we think that, okay, we are doing this to keep my family happy. Like I'm doing this work to keep my family happy so that I can earn more, I can keep them happy. So that means I am serving them. Sometimes, like, okay, we may be thinking that, okay, oh, I'm doing this job so that I can keep my boss happy. I'm doing this so that I can keep my parents happy. I'm trying to study well so that this will bring a smile on my parents' face. I am trying to if I am trying to do everything that will keep myself happy, then we should also understand that this is I'm just trying to please my own senses. Okay, so these are all the different aspects actually. So now what we were talking about is like okay, accepting the right person as the spiritual master. If we accept a wrong person, then we will it will be a problem. Like our whole life would be in a mess. So it is not a formality, but it is a great responsibility on the part of both the disciple as well as the spiritual master. Just as the disciple examines the spiritual master, the 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 spiritual master also examines the disciple. It's not that okay. Once see here, Srila Prabhupada told that okay, there has to be a very formal process. Like, okay, how the disciple has to be accepted. So once um, once a disciple is once a disciple aspires, he thinks like in ISKCON, like, okay, which is the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya parampara. So in that parampara, if one aspires for a spiritual master, then after aspiring, they will follow the rules and regulative principles. Okay, for some time, they'll be observed that okay, are they able to follow it or not, and then they undergo the initiation. Okay, so then the real question comes is how do we identify a spiritual master? So see, like it is very, very important. Srila Prabhupada gives a very wonderful example. He says that, okay, see, when let's say a student is there, right? Student, like after his schooling, he has to look for a good college, or if the student has to look for a good school, right? So they should have some preliminary knowledge what a school means, right? Like, okay, or what if the subject that they are looking for, what kind of school, like, they should have preliminary idea of like, okay, what kind of parameters I should be looking for in that particular school. You cannot search for a school and like you will be by going to a cloth merchant or like to pharmacy or something like that. You have to, I mean, that way if you do it, then it would be ignorant. So you have to know what is a school and what is a pharmacy and what is a cloth shop. Like otherwise, it is very difficult. So you must at least know what are the parameters of finding the right school. So a, a spiritual master similarly is required for someone who is looking for transcendental knowledge, Divya Gyan. Okay. See, we talked about this aspect. We talked about Jada Gyan and we talked about Divya Gyan. Jada Gyan means material knowledge. Okay. Material knowledge means all this science, physics, mathematics, all this IT science, astrology, okay, all this the astrophysics, all these different things that you see, the science of computers, these are all Jada Gyan, these are all material science. Okay, so then if this is what it is, then the spiritual master is required for a person who is inquisitive to have transcendental or Divya Gyan. So what is that? What is that Divya Gyan then? Right? So so one should know what is that Divya Gyan. So in this case, Arjun is perplexed. He wants a definite answer, and his inquiry is about that Divya thing. Like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So every human being, like, okay, see, we talked about this. The human being, the difference between human beings and animals is that human beings have the right to inquire. What is this inquiry? So every human being is suffering. Okay. So just like we talked about this example, like okay, if you see cats and dogs, right? If you see animals, right? Like, okay, if you I'll be very honest. I come from this meat eating background, okay, and I have lived a very, very fallen life in the past, okay, terribly fallen life, okay. But Srila Prabhupada actually saved me from where I was, and in that situation, like, okay, I had observed, like I want to share one observation. Like, when you go to the slaughterhouses, what they do is like, okay, there are different kinds of like, okay, if it is chicken or if it is goats, they are chopping off the chicken, they're chopping off the goats. And what happens to the other chickens who are there? Okay, they are just eating their, they have been fed there, okay, and they are just waiting there. If you feed the goat grass, the goat is eating grass. Okay, and they are standing in the queue actually. The next one gets killed. This goat is simply eating his grass, and then this guy gets killed. Okay, think about it. If human beings are standing in the line, one person disappears, what will the others do? They'll be like, "Arey, what happened to this?" They may be given ice cream, they may be given some nice biryani to eat, but as soon as one disappears, others will be like, "Arey, this is a danger place. Go away from here. Let's not stand here." That is the nature, okay, of human being. He's questioning, "Arey, this does not look, this looks abnormal. we have this tendency, right? We see that okay, this tendency doesn't look like. So in if we see like the slaughterhouse example, like if we see animals do not have the ability to question, but human beings do. Okay, so that is the distinction between animal and man. That animal, although they are suffering, they are not able to, they are not being aware that they are suffering. Okay, there is suffering both for animal and for human being also, it is there. But the man is conscious. If the man is not awakened that it is going through a suffering, then that man is also in animal consciousness. That is what our scriptures is saying. Okay, and one who arises to think that, okay, oh, why am I suffering? How do I come out of this? That person is intelligent enough to get the spiritual knowledge. Okay, so we should not forget that we are always under suffering. And those three types of sufferings that we spoke about, I just want to repeat this because so that we are aware, we rise up to that consciousness that okay, when we look, it should not be within us only, we should look around also. We should keep our eyes and ears open and try to perceive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, how this is happening. Because so what are these kinds of sufferings, what are the kind of miseries? Adi Atmika, the problems due to body and the problems due to mind. See, suppose like, okay, what are the problems of due to body? Oh, I am getting this headache. I have a fever. Like, okay, I'm feeling so chilly, right? My like someone gets like, okay, oh, I got flu. This or someone nowadays like there are so many types of diseases. Okay, so there are those are all bodily pains, and mind we tell right. Okay, in Bengali we say okay, oh, today like my mind is very disturbed. In all the languages we say today my mind, so mind is disturbed. Or you know what, this person told me like this, I'm feeling like okay. Or we also say like, oh, I, you know what, I lost my dear one, so my mind is very, I am in pain. Okay, so these are sufferings with the body and mind. And then this is called Adi Atmika. Then what is Adi Bhautika? Adi Bhautika is like a, it is the problem is due to some other living entity. It is attacked by other living entity. The dog bit me, or this person at work, like this person, always very political. Okay, always tries to attack me. Okay, or someone at home, like this person is always like okay being like pain for me. You say like that, right? So this is that is Adi Bhautika. And then what is Adi Devika? Adi Devika is the sufferings by the nature. So we know our Vatsal Prabhu is in California. Every year there is forest fire in California. Practically every year, right, Vatsal Prabhu? So there is forest fire. What can
Yes.
we, right? So what can be really done about that forest fire? No one has it in control. It is out of control of everyone, but still it happens, right? And then, like we know, there was this flood in New York very recently. Now, and few years back there was a snow in New York, like, and I that was few years back, but I was living in New York, New Jersey area around that time, and I know like people's houses, they were there were few feet of snow. Can you imagine? Like, okay, and New York was completely, it was broken down. There was so much flood in Texas. I think that was few years back, like 4 5 years back. That completely, it was. I think it was in Houston. So it brought the city completely down. I have a friend of mine who had his own house, and he told me that they had like he had he just had his new house. Okay, and maybe 2 3 years back we visited them also in the new house, and just right after that, like okay, I think it was in 2014 2015, so we visited them in 2012. And then 2 3 years after that, like we heard that okay, there was so much flood that the entire house came down. he had to be rescued from his own house using boats, and then he was put into a those disaster relief tents. So they were put into that, and then since he was staying in Houston, he was uh, 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 I mean, there was no prior history of any floods, so they did not have flood insurance. So now he's in the disaster relief tent. Like, okay, he was getting food from there, whatever he could get. Like, okay, he was eating from there, and then someone brought him home. That, okay, why don't you rest? Like, okay, see, these are the things that we see in movies, but just imagine, okay, just put ourselves in that shoes and just think that today you are in a house, tomorrow you are on the road, and not just that. Okay, from there, what happens next is, okay, this person who owns the house, he does not have an insurance, so he has to pay the mortgage for that house, which is now not there. He just has a plain land there. Okay, everything is down to there's nothing out there. So he was explaining me his situation. I was just wondering, okay, oh, how is it? Okay, this is so terrible. And I was just, I did not know, but then I'm seeing, like, okay, oh, Bhagavad Gita is talking about this. Okay, this is a natural disaster. So suppose, like, sometimes there is wind, okay, there is storm, you cannot stop it. That is Adidevik suffering. Like, I want to tell, like, last year there was a lightning, okay, in Michigan, okay, and apparently we were actually so we were moving to a new house actually at that time. So that day was our move day, and we were in the middle of the move, and so I was trying to guide the movers. Look, I was driving, and then it started suddenly lightning and everything, and we were in the middle of the day, and my daughter was sitting next to me, and she was telling me, so lightning just fell next to us, like where we were, and she told me that, you know, father, like, I saw that lightning fell on that particular house actually. It was so near. I could also see that, okay, it was right front, like it was few yards from us. So whether they were like whether what happened after that, we don't know. But then uh, this is the nature of this material world. Practically anything, any kind of suffering that we are seeing, that this is what Krishna is warning us about this world. So when this kind of question, I mean, so we can see that these types of things, we are not talking about some Adi Puranic Kal. We are talking about this today's age. This knowledge is most relevant in today's age. And and in this situation, Arjun is there. Like, he's very perplexed. Okay, what do I do? How can I fight with them? Like, and he's telling about his reasons of not fighting. So he's also under suffering because they are his own kinsmen. So that feeling, like, okay, unless a human being is conscious, awakened to the fact that we are in suffering, we do not want all these sufferings. Okay. So, I mean, if one person thinks about that, then that person requires a spiritual master when he's conscious. So you see how we have to. So far, like, okay, one is in animal, like, okay, oh, I'm good in my enjoyment, this, that. See, one thing very important about enjoyment is, in material life, there'll be enjoyment. One person may think, okay, oh, what is the whole point? Like, okay, oh, I am not in any suffering. But we have to know, Bhagavad Gita tells that one who is enjoying even in this material life, it is just that they have some pious credits of the past. Once the pious credits becomes over, then the suffering starts. Okay, sometimes it may happen, okay, the some previous suffering may have started, like, okay, and they may have some pious thing also. You may have a good job, but some may have one person may have got divorced out of that. Okay, so both things may be going on and together. So it is not that, okay, you do some pious activity and then you don't have to have suffering. Okay, pious goes in its own cycle and suffering goes in its own cycle. So so and Bhagavad Gita, like, the guru, like, through this knowledge of the shastras, the guru gives the solution of, like, how person can come out of the suffering. Here in this case, Arjun is suffering and he wants to make a solution. Therefore, he has accepted Krishna as a spiritual master. So when one is serious that, okay, I want to make a solution to my suffering, then the spiritual master is required. And we talked about what are those most important problems which affects everyone. So human beings, like, okay, so like the nature of this human being, we have to see everything. Why are we doing all these things? See, think about this. See, we should ask these questions in our mind. Why are we going to school? Why are we going for a good college? Why are we taking this kind of good education? Why does someone go for a good office, like a reputed place to do, right? Because everything is meant so that we can end our suffering. Why? If I'm educated, if I become a doctor, or if I become a lawyer, or if I become a good engineer, then I will get a good paycheck, I'll be happy, right? That is the thing that is in the bottom of our mind. If I get a good husband, I'll be happy, right? Now, question is, we should ask our own selves, whatever I thought of, whatever I perceived of earlier, did that make me happy? That is the question to ask at the end of within our heart. Am I happy with all that? If and and I would if is I would ask the question this way to all of you: is there anyone who is completely happy? Then they can raise their hands. If anyone is feels that, okay, no, I'm completely happy, then they can raise. So there will be no one. Okay, so see, if the whole idea is, if I get a good job, if I get a government job, I'll be happy. So happiness at the end of everything, like, okay, and this is like, okay, we want to put a mitigation to our suffering. Whatever mitigation we want to put to our suffering, they'll be all temporary. See, if you see simple thing, like, okay, we have to just understand. We if we feel um, pain, we take painkiller. But in this material life, see, if we take too many painkillers, what happens? There is a kidney side effect. Everything, every solution that we are making, every material solution that we are making to any material problem will have a material side effect, and it will create more and more and more and more cyclic problems time to time. Okay, we may keep on taking painkiller. I know someone, okay, very honestly, I know someone who was taking so many painkillers. I told this person, why do you take so many painkillers? Okay, this painkillers, taking too many painkillers is not good. And eventually, I saw that this person had to suffer so much. Okay, terribly, like, with so many side effects at such a young age. So it is very, very important to understand this. So we talked about this, that, okay, when one is conscious of the sufferings, one wants to make solution to this suffering, then that person needs a spiritual master. Now let's talk about the selection of the spiritual masters. So when we want to um, purchase a jewel, right? Diamond, obviously we'll not go to the grocer shop. That would be ignorance. We talked about that as well. So we'll be cheated by that. So we have to understand that getting the right person is very, very important. We address this point. So so this Bhagavad Gita, thereby we are saying, where we are coming at is, it's not an ordinary thing. It it is taking us from a platform of suffering to a platform of bliss. When a disciple is serious about making a solution to the suffering, then he approaches a spiritual master. What kind of spiritual master? One who is a devotee of Krishna, one who comes in the line of a bona fide parampara, in a disciplic succession. So in this case, Arjun, what he's doing is, Arjun is taking guidance from Krishna. He told Krishna, I am your disciple. Okay. He, Krishna is his guru. So, of course, Krishna is not present right now physically where we can approach. So a spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. Okay. And who can represent Krishna? One who comes in that bona fide line of parampara. So there are four paramparas. Okay. We spoke earlier why Krishna. That part I'm not going there, because why Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. So in the line of parampara, we have four paramparas. One is Brahma Sampradaya. Krishna instructed the knowledge to Brahma. Krishna instructed the same knowledge to Mother Lakshmi. Krishna instructed the knowledge to Lord Shiva, and Krishna instructed the same knowledge to four Kumaras. And these four these four chain became four parampara. Brahma Sampradaya is coming from Lord Brahma. Then Rudra Sampradaya is coming from Lord Shiva. Then there comes Kumar Sampradaya that comes that is from four Kumaras. And then Shri Sampradaya that comes from Mother Lakshmi. So ISKCON, as it is, it falls under the Brahma Sampradaya. So it is in that chain. So now here, if you see, we see like, okay, Arjun, he's perplexed. He approached spiritual master. Now what? Now in this case, if you see, let's go to the next particular verse. So in this next verse, Arjun, now that he has accepted the spiritual master, now he's saying that, okay, I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. Means I am totally confused. I am not able to see how I can come out of my suffering. Okay. See, think about this. We may or may not have been in that type of situation, but we may have seen someone in that kind of situation. But okay, you know what? I don't know like, okay, what I should be doing. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win this entire galaxy of everything. Like Arjun is saying, if I win the entire Earth, if I win the heavenly planets also, if I have the like whatever demigods have, like in the heaven, if I get that also, I'll not be happy. Arjun is saying that. Okay, see, Arjun is he's still going ahead and talking about this perplexity, and then he says, "Oh Govind, I will not fight." He came to that conclusion. So many times, like, okay, we are perplexed, okay, and we want to share our heart. Like, I am in so much turbulence. So this he's saying that okay, we are means he's supposed to be fighting like earlier this entire Bharatvarsh. See, this India was a name that came from Europeans, but earlier this entire planet was called Bharatvarsh. Okay, it was named after Bharat Maharaj. Okay, and the entire Bharatvarsh was what um, the Hastinapur king, like, okay, he had. And now Yudhishthir Maharaj, if he wins this, like he would be ruling over the entire Bharatvarsh. So Arjun is saying, okay, he does not want that entire thing also. He is not able to mitigate from this thing. He is in total perspective. If you see here, so here um, I want to read this verse because there is also very important learning from this, just this verse itself. It is said, Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Na Yotsya iti Govindam Uktva Tushnim Babhuva. So here there is two words I want to highlight. One is Rishikesh and one is Govind. These are two Krishna's names only. Okay. And these two names are very significant. Rishikesh means, Rishik means the senses. And Isha, Isha means Lord, one who is the Lord of the senses. So nowadays, if you see, so uh, so one who is the Lord of the senses is Rishikesh. Okay, and Govind means Go means go also means senses. Go means cow, and go also means land. Okay, and in the means uh, it means pleasure. Means that which gives pleasure to the senses, that which gives pleasure to the cow, and that which gives pleasure to the land. So these are both Krishna's names only. So Krishna is the Lord of the senses, and Krishna is he gives pleasure to the senses, he gives pleasure to cow, he gives pleasure to the land. So think about it, when Krishna was present in the world, right? He would give pleasure to the cows. Wherever he would be, he would give pleasure to all the residents of that place, whether it's Vrindavan, whether it's Mathura, whether it's Dwarka, he would give pleasure to them, and he would give pleasure to the senses. Okay. One who is thinking of Krishna, he is always in a pleasurable state. So in this case, I want to tell one thing. Okay, see, Rishikesh, right? So Rish, this is Lord of the senses. Now, if we think that we are in a we are sitting in a room, right? In a rented room. It could be rented, it could be bought, uh, and we say, this is my room. Okay. I am the what what happens is, like, if I say my room, I am the proprietor of this room. So I am using this room with whatever for whatever I desire. Okay. So what does that mean? Okay, this is I can do whatever I like in my room, right? So because it is my room. So but I am the tenant over here. Now, if the landlord comes and tells me, you vacate this room, then what happens? Do I have to vacate it? Right? I have to vacate it, right? Just think of it. Okay. If if we if we have been in the tenant landlord situation, I have been there. Okay, landlord comes and says, you have to vacate this. You have to go there. So similarly, for the time being, just think about this. Just like the room, this body is also like a room. And this body has been given to us by Krishna, okay, by God, under certain condition. And as soon as we are being instructed, you have to vacate this body, can we say, no, 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 what are you saying? Are, are, are. What is this? I can't vacate it. No, it's not like that. We have to vacate the body. Okay. So just like many people say, Arey, I have so much power. Like this. Arey, forget about that. If we say power, right? The power of this hand is so long as long as I am empowered. Okay. Krishna says in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I am the ability in man. Okay. If if this hand is paralyzed, right, there is no remedy. Okay. I have seen persons like who were facially paralyzed. Okay. So I've seen people whose entire body is paralyzed. So in fact, I it is a very, very difficult experience. So as long as we are enabled by God, okay, till that point only my hand will work, my body will work, because He is the owner of the senses. We are the tenant. The senses are just like they are hired from our Supreme God. They are, this is a very, very subtle understanding. So Krishna is the master of the senses, and we have been given the senses so that we can use it for the purpose. So now see, if we have a that maid servant, in Hindi we say, right, kamwali. Okay, if the kamwali is not doing the work, right, if the maid servant is not doing the work, what do we do? Hey, out. Same thing, like, okay, if we have been put under a work, right, if we are not doing our job in the company, what happens? Out. Similarly, if we Krishna, who is Rishikesh, who is the master of the senses, he has given us these senses. What are those senses? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue. And there are five, and there is that sense of touch. There are five karmendriyas and there are five gyanendriyas. There are five knowledge acquiring senses and five working senses. So our hands, legs, they are also like working senses. So similarly, like, if you see that if there is a um, let's say this laptop, right, that I'm using. So if I say this should be used for my purposes, right? This is my laptop. This should be used for for my for my needs. Anything which I own, that should be used for my purpose, right? So similarly, if Krishna is the proprietor, if God is the proprietor of our senses, then these senses must be used for His purpose. That is the constitutional position. So when these senses are used for anything other than Krishna's purpose, that is called bondage or conditioned life. And when these senses are purified, they are used for Krishna's purpose. That is our natural constitutional position. What happens when we use the senses for Krishna's purpose? We remain happy. What happens when I use it for my purpose? Ah, then what happens is, okay, then because I have rented, okay, see, they have they have given in rent, but in the rent agreement, like it was supposed to be for use because it is Rishikesh. There's a lot of the senses, but then we are not using it for that purpose. So in Ishopanishad, it is stated, Ishavasham idam sarvam. That is everything that you see, everything that our eyes can perceive, they all belong to God. All the people in the world, they are claiming that we are the Lord, we are the proprietor. Now think about this. Someone says that this is an American land, someone says that this is an Indian land. They are claiming it to be a proprietor. But think about it very, very carefully. Is it really a fact? Go few hundred years back when Columbus came here. There were no Americans here. Okay. So they were not the proprietor. The land was there only. Okay. And when these people go away, then the land will still be there. So the land always, okay. That is what we are talking about. The material. Material is temporary. Okay. But something that is eternal, anything that belongs to Lord Krishna is all permanent. So if you we'll take another example. So if you say we have manufactured this, we say, right, okay, oh, you know what? I have manufactured this, um, we can say Windows or typewriter. Srila Prabhupada gives the example of typewriter. So now what are the ingredients that the typewriter has? Typewriter may have those iron, like okay, I know Vatsal Prabhu and I used to do typing in our class 10. We had this we had this scoring subject. So what is this typewriter made of? If you see the tuck, 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 tuck sound, they are made of iron. So have we manufactured this iron? No. Iron is coming from mines. It is given by God. Nobody can manufacture iron, right? So where are they coming from? When they have to be brought out from the iron has to be brought from the mine, then they are melted, then they are processed. Processing is done by us. But the raw material, where is it coming from? It's proprietor is Krishna. Real proprietor is Krishna. That Ishavasyam Idam Sarvam. That is Krishna consciousness. That is God consciousness. One who is in God consciousness at every time he sees something, oh, this cement. Okay, did I make this mud? No. Earth is there. Okay. Okay, man may be processing few things, but everything is coming from God. So if we understand this, then we can understand uh, what is that conversation that is happening between Arjuna and Krishna, because that's where when Arjun says as a next thing, like, okay, oh Govind, I'll not be fighting. Then after this, we'll take this next verse and we'll close here very shortly. So here, in the next verse, Arjun says, so at that time, like when Arjun says all these things, then at that time Krishna smiles. He's in the middle of the armies and he speaks the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Okay, what is he saying? Krishna is smiling. Krishna is thinking that okay, no, just see this Arjun. He's such a hero. He's my friend. He was thinking like that. Now he's so much perplexed. अरे इसके पहले तो इसने सब युद्ध सब लड़े थे. He's he did all these things, but see his condition. So think about it. It's I would call I was just meditating on like, okay, how much Arjun is perplexed and what is our real condition in this material world. If we think we relate with this, then Krishna has a solution for everything. And this Srila Prabhupada, he opened Bhagavad Gita in terms of what is required for us today. Everything, each and everything is most relevant. If we are able to take shelter of this Bhagavad Gita, this is so powerful tool. In every situation, we'll be sthita pragya. that is, will be dhira, will be steady. So that is Srila Prabhupada. That is what is Bhagavad Gita. So I will stop here, and if anyone has any questions, we can take that, and we'll do um, 1 or 2 minutes kirtan if time permits um, after the questions. But I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Acharya Gan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi ki Gaur. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnavin ki jai. Hare Krishna. So I'll stop the